Welcome back to another episode of You Suck and I'm here to help. Actually, taking it inwards, my channel flopped last month and I really want to investigate why, and I'm gonna go over my process of improving myself as a YouTuber and fixing old videos and preparing newer ones to improve. All YouTubers have videos that flop, whether they are huge YouTubers or small YouTubers, it's all relative, and how you respond to the flops has a very big impact on your long-term future as a content creator. So today I'm going over everything that went wrong last month so that you can look at what's going wrong for you as a creator and implementing some of the techniques that I use in order to improve my channel in the hopes that you improve yours too. So looking at my views last month, I've got 1.3 million, which is a lot. But you can see it says 8% less than in October, and October's views were roughly like 15% less than September's. If we look at October, 19% less. So in total, that is 27% less than in September, which is a huge gap. And I mentioned in my last video that YouTube is a seasonal job and every single month is different. And for my channel personally, views always drop from September onwards. Normally from September to March, my views get lower and lower, whereas in the late spring and summer months, my channel booms normally, and weirdly, often in January too, actually. Obviously, I can't help the seasonal aspect, but I feel like there are other things that I could be doing in order to increase my views. You can see there was a very big gap where I didn't upload, and with YouTube, they often talk about evergreen content, and my channel does unfortunately not have that much evergreen content, so when I don't upload, my views really do drop. My channel right now is very dependent on new uploads, which is something that I've been trying to change. If we look at all of my views from last month, the top videos are the trending topics. So these kind of top viewed videos, these videos do not have longevity. It's not evergreen content. This is purely like news content. Once you've seen it once, it's kind of dead. And this is the kind of content that I do enjoy making on my channel, but I'm also trying to do more evergreen videos too. And this comes in the form of Let's Plays. So if we look at my videos in the last month, I've been trying to make more videos like feeling bored, gameplay ideas for The Sims 4, can my Sim survive trapped in Willow Creek Park, Strangerville deserve better. These are Let's Play style videos, and as you can see, they do get less views than the news videos. I also uploaded a video that was not playing The Sims, which was a brutally honest review of Fields of Mystria, and I played that game for about 20 hours and got through a whole in-game year, and the video was just a huge investment and it totally flopped. So that is firstly a lesson that regardless of how much effort you put into a video, if the viewers aren't interested in the topic, they won't like it. And I want to express as advice to you as a creator yourself, how much passion you put into a video does not reflect how many views the video will get, because I really enjoyed making this review. It was 20 hours of hard graft, but I did it and it flopped. So it's really important to be realistic with what your audience want, and my audience only want The Sims. They don't want any other cozy games. Although my Let's Plays generally get lower views, they at least get like 20 or so thousand. This video, can my Sim survive in the wild, abandoned in the wilderness? This video totally flopped. It got 13k views, which is really low for my channel. With Fields of Mystria, I get it because it was a different game, but this is The Sims. This kind of video concept, if another YouTuber did this, it would get views, yet if I do it, it doesn't get views. Now, when your video has flopped, it could mean one of two things. Firstly, it could mean the video itself is a bad video, or secondly, it could mean the thumbnail and title are bad, or of course both. So when you've got a flop video, it's very important to look at why it's flopping. Firstly, looking at the real-time views in the last 48 hours, most people are finding it through browse features or just through my channel page or suggested videos, so nobody's searching for it. So this is not a searchable topic at all. This is a suggested topic. And if we look at content suggesting this video, most of it is suggested through mine. There is one other YouTuber's video, but most of the suggestions come from my own. And what that indicates to me is this is a video that's not appealing to outside of my primary audience base. So it doesn't have much reach, and I would like to change that. So what's wrong? Looking at engagement of the video, we can see that it's got an average view duration of almost 55%. Now, for a video that's under 30 minutes, you ideally want to get as as close to 50% as possible. If your video is less than 30 minutes, this has come from YouTube themselves, by the way. Somebody from YouTube who works there in a high position actually tweeted this once. If your video is 30 minutes or under, you need to get at least 50%. And you can see I've got at least 50%. And you can see the video has a really strong view retention. It drops a bit here. There was probably an ad here or something I put in, but that's fine. Mostly the video did actually really well in terms of views. So clearly the video itself is not an issue. People are enjoying the video. So I'm going to look at average click-through rate here, and I can already see this is at 4%. Now, 4% is quite low in terms of how many people click on your video. I just want to say, if you have like a micro tiny channel, not micro penis, I don't know why I'm doing this, sorry. If you have a tiny channel, then your click-through rate metric is not very important. But for my channel, you can see that my click-through rate is like 4%. That is tiny. So the issue here is not the video, it is the thumbnail. My thumbnail is bad, and I personally thought the thumbnail is quite good. My theory as to why it's not working, this day 1 versus day 100 thing I think works very well in like the Minecraft community, but my audience is a lot more mature. Secondly, this thumbnail does not show my face. Now, normally in my thumbnails, I always show my face so that people typically know it's me. And in the videos where I don't, I normally play as this one character called Shanice, which is the lady with the blonde hair. So even though you can't see my face, people recognize it as a Satch on Sims video because it shows like my character. Whereas the thumbnail, where has it gone? This one by my face, day 100 versus day 1. Nobody really, this character, it is Shanice, but it's her as a child, so nobody really knows. So that could be a reason why. I'm gonna try and improve it with you guys today. So I just want to say, always look at your metrics so you can see what the issue is. And it's very clear that my issue is the click-through rate, which is very low compared to my normal. So this video is not a Photoshop tutorial, but I'm going to go over like the general things that I do. So I'm going to create a brand new image. I'm going to put my face on the side because this is what my current audience know. As I showed you before in my viewing metrics, this video is not getting reach outside of my normal audience. So because of that, I think my face is important so my usual audience actually know it's a video from me. I really like this thumbnail. I put so much effort into it and fucking nobody likes it. That's fine. I wonder if we could reuse some of the elements. It's kind of messed up a little bit. No, I don't think we can we? Perhaps we could keep this like grassy stuff here. As a general tip, you want the background of your thumbnail to always be quite unassuming. The best way to do that is to actually lower the contrast. And then if you want to make it brighter again, use the vibrance or saturation. And then I normally apply like multiple layers of vibrance and contrast just to try and get it in a space where it looks like less assuming than it does before, yet bright at the same time. My face is a little bit oversaturated. That's fine. We can change all that later. I'm just getting in the core elements. I actually have made like similar videos before, like can my sim survive in the Stone Age? And you can see this one's very simple. It's just got my sim with like a stone shelter and the action saying hunt for food. Same with this freezing to death one. Same with this can my sim survive on a stranded island. My other ones, it's always very simple. The ones that get a lot of views, the thumbnails. So looking at this series, Can My Sim Survive series, and normally it does get quite a lot of views for me. Ironically, normally I don't actually use my face in these videos, but we can try. For some reason, my thumbnail has turned black and white, and like I'm just not like, I told you guys this is not a Photoshop tutorial because I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Why is it black and white? So I had to basically just delete the file, then create a new one. Welcome to my life. I've also got a Sims 4 save file that is my thumbnail save file that I use to create thumbnails in the game. And you might be thinking, why don't you just take a screen grab from the actual Let's Play? And I could do, but the thing about a thumbnail is it is not supposed to be a direct screen grab from the video. And if it's not, it's clickbait. That's not how it works. A thumbnail is a suggestion of what the video is supposed to be. So normally I actually use this room as like a green screen, but instead we're using blue as like a blue screen. So if possible, always use not just a negative face, but like a concerned face or a shocked face. Happiness is usually the worst. So maybe we could use, I like to use this trait feature in order to make them look sad or whatever. So this is a good one where she's looking a little bit concerned. Again, I kind of want to have her hair a bit messy because she's literally in the wilderness. I doubt her hair would be clean. So we're taking in-game screenshots, and then I'm cropping the image, putting it in, seeing if I can do something here. In Photoshop, they have something called Camera Raw filter. And if you're using in-game screenshots, under effects, you can do texture in order to really make it like pop. As you can see, there's a big difference. You can do the same with clarity, just makes it pop a bit more. In order to have a contrasty thumbnail, this is only relevant, I guess, to people who use Photoshop, but I like to use a bit of exposure and contrast, and then low highlights, high shadows, high whites, and low blacks. And that for me creates a really good contrast. And then I normally like to increase the vibrance or saturation a little bit, lower the temperature to make it more natural. So if we look at before and after, she definitely pops a lot more, which is why it's important to always color grade everything that you put into Photoshop. I kind of, honestly, I don't like my face here. Is there like a bear in The Sims 4? Like, I just want to do something like, what if we get a bear? Okay. Use this erratic thing. Come on. Erratic emotion. There we go. Face this way a little bit. Make it look like you're attacking the child. What if I do this instead of my face? So we make it look like she's being killed by a bear because she's being attacked. I love thumbnails because it's like you're telling a little story just with the thumbnail alone. Like, people don't even need to watch the video. Like, you're just telling a fun story here. I love it. I do really like making thumbnails. It's probably my favorite part of being a YouTuber for sure. So again, color grading before and after. Look at the difference. Now, I want to do an interaction of her fighting a bear. I have a list of assets on Photoshop that I use all the time in one file. So this is like a Sims 4 action. So I'm going to make this say fight bear to make it look like it's a real action in the Sims 4 that I'm doing. So I've got these boxing gloves, which are like the official assets. And I'm using one that I found off Google Images that I'm enhancing a little bit because it's much higher res than just plucking it from in-game. Even though it's still quite low res, I think it's the best that we're going to get. So I can plop this one maybe here. So I feel like this thumbnail is cool because it tells a story in the game that my sim really is trapped in the wilderness. I am going to blend it in by giving a faint outer glow in black, which just helps it to pop outside of the background. If I remove it and put it back, you can see it's extremely subtle. I'm not sure if you noticed, but instead of editing my picture up like this, I normally have it like this. And this is because this is how people see the thumbnail when they're browsing through YouTube. So naturally, I always just make it very small when I'm editing, which I recommend that you always do yourself too. So comparing this to the original thumbnail, it's very different. It's a lot brighter. I think it tells a more dramatic story. So I'm happy. So the thumbnail has been changed, but we're not done. I feel like the title is a little bit long-winded and a bit strange wording. Can my child sim survive abandoned in the wilderness? Maybe we could just simplify this. Can my child sim survive 100 days in the forest? Maybe like this. Or maybe can my child sim survive in the forest? Short and sweet and simple. Can my child sim survive living in the forest? I quite like that. It's 46 characters, so it's shorter than the other one, which was, I think, 54, 55. The thumbnail simpler. Everything's basically simpler. I might change the description as well. The Sims 4 gameplay challenge, trying to survive in the wild. This is a Sims 4 Let's Play where I play The Sims 4. The description of a video is never for the viewer. It's always for the algorithm. So that's why this is not made for humans. This is made for AI to read. So you've just got to dump all the keywords in a way that kind of looks natural. Today, I am playing The Sims 4. In this Sims gameplay video, I am living a day in the life of my sim in the wild. Boom, the end. So we will save now and just see how that goes. I might have to change it in the future. What often happens is when you do change your thumbnail, YouTube will actually test that thumbnail by showing it to brand new people. So the impressions might have a small spike and it's just going to see, I mean, gosh, this honestly so low, 2.2%. This is shocking, honestly, really shocking. So I'm hoping that the new thumbnail will actually improve the views. Now, another big issue and shift for my channel is that I am doing a change in content. People are used to watching my short news videos, and here I am uploading a 1 hour long video called Giving Eliza Pancakes the Life She Deserves. This video is getting less views than my news videos, which is fine. The video has an average view duration of 36 37%, which is low. But remember, this is an hour-long video. So considering it is an hour-long video, that's actually quite good, I think, considering it is a literal hour. People are watching at least 37 minutes, which I think is impressive. This one, again, honestly, the click-through rate is quite low. I mean, if we compare that to one of my news videos, see 7.5%, it's higher. People are clearly more interested in my info and news videos. So I think it is going to be a shift for my channel because I'm uploading videos that people are not used to seeing. Honestly, some actionable advice I would give to you in terms of your channel is always try and diversify your content. Even if you're in a very narrow niche like The Sims, play with a mixture of Sims news videos, let's plays, how-to guides, because when you diversify your content, you don't create a hyper niche for yourself. Something that I see a lot of YouTubers do is they niche down way too hard and they make their channel so specific that viewers only expect this one tiny thing from them. And if you're unable to do that one tiny thing anymore, you're pretty much fucked. I often see this with, for example, a Minecraft YouTube channel where they'll pick a niche like building houses in Minecraft, like building things, and they will niche down even further to being like building only medieval builds in Minecraft. And then they will niche down even harder and making it like ASMR building medieval builds in Minecraft. And when you just pick a niche that's just too narrow, it's really hard to grow your channel in the long term. At first, you will get a huge rush of subscribers and views, but in the long term, it's very hard if you ever need to diversify your content. As a creator, my views are actually very inconsistent. My views are all over the place, but this is deliberate for me. I like to try and include a huge mixture of different things on my channel so people don't know what to expect, meaning that you're not gonna niche down too hard and end up killing off your channel. I think this is what I did over the last few months. I've been making way too much news content without much let's play content, and as a result, people just weren't dropping into the non-news videos. So now I'm going back to switching it all back to how it was before, which is exciting. And of course, I will update you next month on how it goes too. I'm still not sure exactly where I want to go with this channel, if I want to make some specific advice or if we just do these like chill sit down and watch videos where I show you how I go about my life as a YouTuber, or do you want me to just give you like actionable like 3-step advice? You guys let me know honestly what you want to see because I fundamentally want to help you. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.